All right, well, welcome everybody. Hey, today we've got an expert panel of real estate agents that are actually doing this thing. It's all about video, all about content, all about how they do it and the results that they're getting. Please welcome, hey, before we get started, I'm gonna make the introductions, but before we get started, we've got a chat box and we've got a Q&A. If you have questions specific, please put those in the Q&A, right? And if you would do me a favor, share with me where you are. Right, so if you're in Los Angeles, type in the chat box what market you serve. Chad, why don't you get us started? Tell us who you are.
Yeah, hey everybody. Hey, thanks for having me on. Excited to share some knowledge with you all. Chad Lummus with Coldwell Banker, the Legacy Group out of Casper, Wyoming. And best way to contact me if you have questions or you want to get a hold of me for anything, my first name, Chad Lummus @gmail.com. I'll be happy to help you guys out.
Love it. Becca.
Hi, I'm Becca Posner. I'm located in Grand Junction, Colorado. I'm a broker at Coldwell Banker Commercial Prime Properties. I've been in real estate for about 6 years. The best way you can reach me is email or phone number. That's Becca, BECCA, @posner.properties. My phone number is 970-424-2281.
Love it. Michael.
What's up, everybody? I'm thrilled to be here. It's Michael Terbet, your local real estate expert from the East Coast, Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm with the Terbet Group representing Coldwell Banker, Howard Perry, and Walston. I'm pumped to be here. And the best way to reach me, guys, is any of my social media platforms. Just go to Michael Terbet to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or LinkedIn. I'd love for you to follow me there and then message me with any questions you have with the stuff we go over today.
Beautiful. Brandon.
Hi, I'm Brandon Schuette. I'm the other half of Posner Schuette Commercial, located here in Grand Junction with Coldwell Banker Commercial Prime Properties. The best way to get a hold of me is through my phone number, 970-270-0999, or you can find me on Facebook, the Posner Schuette Commercial Group.
Wonderful. And of course, I'm your host, Todd Conklin, Coldwell Banker Distinctive Properties. Best place to reach me is on Instagram, Todd P. Conklin. Hit the little follow button, direct message. And we're here for you. So let's get started, y'all. This is all about video. And what I love about this panel is that each and every one of you is using video each and every day as an integral part of your business. We've been hearing for years that if you're not using video, you are just going out of business. And so I'm really excited. I know we've got a lot of people. What's great about this panel is that whether you haven't quite yet gotten into video as a tool in your real estate business, or if you already have and you're just looking to get better, I think you're going to learn a ton of really great information. I think the first thing that we all have to get to, though, is why is video important? Who wants to start us off on that one?
I could go.
Right,
Video, about 2 years ago when I really decided to jump in on this, I've been in real estate 15 years. Social media has been with us really since 2008 when Facebook launched around that time frame. Is the sense of ubiquity as an agent. You want to be known. When someone sees you, you want to have the idea that you're everywhere. And to do that is video. And that also helps show a side of you that people may not see. And it also helps bring valuable information, knowledge of real estate to the consumer where they don't necessarily have to reach out to till they're ready. Second thing that's huge is 90% of people watch video, yet 10% people do it. The biggest thing with video, guys, is the consistency. So that's why it's important to have a game plan in order when you start the week, and that's it. And the other thing is have fun with it. It's the biggest thing that I enjoy doing.
For sure, yeah. Hey, Chad, why should we be doing video? Why is it important?
It's important because, for me, it's just another way to connect with potential clients without asking for their business. It's a great way to build rapport and trust, even before meeting the clients. And just to give you an idea, I'm a top producing agent here in Casper. I have not had to compete for a listing in over 2 years. And I attribute that to the videos that I produced on YouTube. I send those to the clients or potential clients, and they're able to relate to me in some way and feel that it's not necessary to go beyond that. it has also been wonderful in keeping in contact with past clients as well. However that is, through video, and continue to build that trust with them, and they keep coming back time and time and again.
That's pretty good. How many of you, show of hands in the chat box, would like to just get come list me calls? Not I'm interviewing 3 agents, but just come list my property. Yeah, I would think so. Becca, why real estate, or why video?
Well, I think that video gives us an opportunity to set ourselves apart from what everybody else is doing if you do it right. Brandon and I, we solely focus on commercial real estate, and in our market here in Grand Junction, there's not a lot of creativity of how people are marketing themselves as commercial agents, or are marketing our clients' properties. So, you put your name on a sign and you put your property in the MLS, but we can do so much more with that. And Brandon and I have seen this opportunity that nobody is using. And so we want to be that next face of this commercial generation of realtors that are coming in here. And when you come to Grand Junction, you're wanting to build a business, you want to start a relationship as an investor with, a broker, like we want to be that person. And we see that social media can give us that platform to do it. So, I mean, really, we're just trying to do what nobody else is doing, but there's so many tools out there to use. So why not?
Well, I mean, it's great for differentiation. I heard that. So Chad, I love trust, right? Like that's trust. And we all hear it takes 14 times for somebody to see you, experience you, connect with you in some way before they establish any level of trust. And we can do that belly to belly, but we can do it exceptionally well through video, right?
Exceptionally well and quicker, in my experience.
Yeah. Brandon, do you have anything to add to that?
I like what Michael said about 90% of people watch video and only 10% produce it. Right there, you're in the top 10% if you're doing videos. But the other part of it is we get to display our personalities too. Commercial, we're all about numbers, so they just want the statistics. But with video, we're able to present our personalities too, and especially doing it with a partner where you can kind of bounce those personalities off of each other in a fun way.
Yeah, so that's a great point. So what you're really saying is, hey, listen, if you are someone who hasn't yet gotten into video and you're really just sort of saying, gosh, I'm nervous, no, but they're not going to like how I sound, what I look like, what I have to say, by bringing somebody else into the video with you, you get to play off each other and it makes it a little bit easier.
Yep.
Makes it a whole lot easier. That's not the challenge, is like becoming comfortable in front of the camera and like having someone to talk to and give you like feedback too, and be like, maybe you should loosen up a little bit. It helps. It really helps.
Yep. Someone who can laugh at your mistakes with you instead of you getting inside your head and just overanalyzing.
Yeah, hey, in the chat box, y'all, for those of you who are doing video, will you just maybe type in where you're doing the video? And Chad, where are you posting most of your videos? If somebody wanted to go see kind of some of the stuff that you're doing, where would they find that?
Most of my videos are on YouTube, and Facebook. Both platforms do really well for me, but YouTube is really I would say my CRM, my customer relationship management, where I can send my clients I can show them what exactly I'm doing to promote properties, the additional steps I'm going to do to help sell their home. It's all right there in YouTube. I just send them there.
So if somebody wants to see what you're doing, they can go to YouTube and connect with you there.
Just type in my name and it'll come up right away. Yeah. And
Becca, Brandon,
where
you guys have done some really funny ones. Like you've had joke contests and all kinds of things. So if somebody wanted to go and sort of get an idea of what it is that you're doing, where would they see it?
We post everything to Facebook, but we stockpile everything in YouTube. So we have a YouTube channel that you can subscribe to.
Okay.
Or if they're more of a LinkedIn, we post it there as well.
Perfect. And Michael, what about you?
Same thing. I post on all platforms. I start with posting on my business page on Facebook, share it on my personal page. Then I also do Instagram, LinkedIn, and then put everything on YouTube. Some of what Brandon says, just to have the content provided there. And to touch on what you said, to do funny things is is to have fun with what you do, and also do things maybe outside of real estate that people will chuckle at in regards to, like something we did we've done it 2 years in a row now for Pi Day, which is what Pi Day, what is Pi Day? It just went blank, 3/14 or whatever. I don't know what Pi is, but it gave us an excuse to do a pie eating contest in our office. So I do a whole video where we're going to Harris Teeter or the grocery store and we do the pie eating contest and break it down and have a lot of fun on Pajama Day. I set up our camera to have us coming into the office holding sold signs with pajamas on, having National Pajama Day. If you go to the website, there's a day for anything. You have hamburger day, taco day, have fun with it. And it separates you from, just being, hey, this is a house, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, come see it. They want to see that side of you as well. Because they see that. And when you see people out, you may not even know, hey, I love the videos. I love what you're doing. So when do you post another video? And it's a lot of fun.
I love that. That's fantastic.
And one thing too, not to interrupt, you're talking about the bloopers, film the bloopers, guys, and then post the bloopers. People love to see that. Like when you're messing up, blah, 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 that's it's twice as many views because you're human. And something that was told to me, and I tell all our agents, guys, is something's better than perfect. We're our own worst critic. So before we do a video, we do it like for 37 takes. It's okay to stumble on a word. It's okay, because the average person watches 3 seconds of a video, guys. Three. If you really want to do a contest, post a contest winner at the last 5 seconds of the video where I'll give you a $50 gift card. And then you'll see who's watching your whole video, but it's something that's also could keep someone interested early, so they'll just fast forward to the end of the video.
I love it. All right, there's a best practice. We'll throw that one back at the end of our panel today. So there's the why, right? The why is, hey, listen, I need to build trust. I want to be the go-to source. I want to be the person that they're thinking about when it comes time to list or buy a piece of property. So let's talk a little bit more. Let's talk about strategy, right? So overarching, I think, we hear different people saying, hey, listen, this is my whole strategy behind having videos. Can you all share just a little bit, maybe 30,000 feet, what's the overall strategy for your video content? And before you guys, questions, if you have any questions, like this is a great group of people to be asking questions. So in the Q&A, shoot what question that you have. It can be anything that has to do with video content. So Brandon, why don't we start with you?
Our strategy, we've always wanted to be the source of information. We want to be a problem solver. We want people to come to us when they want help solving a problem or want information. So a lot of our video is geared towards that. Our client videos where we interview our lease clients so that everybody else can see what their business is. Answering questions. We just want to be the source of knowledge so that when it does come time for them to actually sell or buy their real estate, we come to mind.
Can I add to that?
Absolutely.
I think also, definitely information, but also the relationships that we have started building with, we've gone back in our Rolodex to our past clients since we started these new social media platforms. And we're like, hey guys, how are you doing? It's a time to check in with them. Be like, hey, we're doing these great client video commercials. We would love to do a commercial for you for free, which you can use on your platforms and we'll use on our platform. So it's like putting ourselves back in front of our clients, building those relationships, but also they're excited about what we give to them that they can use. And then it's just like this web that we're building too of marketing that is going to make us who people think of in the future when they think commercial real estate.
Yeah. So again, the idea here, then what you're saying is, yes, we're trusted, but we're using this as a marketing strategy, not only to the people that are part of our sort of sphere of influence, but by doing a commercial on another business, we're now exposing ourselves to all of their folks as well. So the strategy just being to connect with more people in the community.
Exactly. And who's not going to love publicity, so we provide.
Yeah. Well, and then you become their favorite too, right? That's exactly. Fantastic. Michael, what about you? What's your overall strategy behind video?
So when I started a couple of years ago, I had a great coach. His name's David Kesey, and he helped me and Tim Stout, the coach of mine, and they broke it down real simple. First of all, guys, one thing you guys understand is your schedule's your boss. You got to write down, you got a game plan for each week, what you're going to accomplish. And what I did, my last name's Terbet, so my nickname's Terb. And I put something on my calendar for every Tuesday. And I started out with one video, and I had a Tuesday tips with Terb, because a friend of mine told me, hey, we need to have something simplified. So I would put minute and a half tips on things such as like, what's the difference between inspection or appraisal, what's due diligence, whatever. And it also provided content. But in those, I have 4 weeks. If you guys can write this down and you break it down into 12 weeks, when you repeat it 3 times, if you had 1 week of social proof, maybe of you in front of what you're doing, week 2, a market update, a week 3, this is very important. Go find a local business, do a local business in the spotlight, get in front of that manager, that owner, especially in today's times, promote them in regards to helping them. And then week 4, maybe something that's going on in the community. So now you're evolving yourself outside of just being and selling real estate. Now you're the expert. Granted, I know with COVID, we've been restricted, but things such as the fair's coming to town, a great movie, the park, a concert. So I would break that down, and I would write it down on Sunday nights. I would schedule what I'm doing, and then I would accomplish that. And that was where the strategy, and it becomes just second nature on how to provide that content. And once you write it down, I just knew I had to accomplish that. And then it evolved from there.
Love it.
Small bites.
Chad.
Yeah, so I mean, really, it's for me, it's to distinguish myself. I mean, most of us are in saturated markets, right, with real estate agents. So it's very important to distinguish yourself from everybody else. We all have something that we have to offer outside of real estate, right? We're all good at something. We got to find that and promote that, so people can see us as not as real estate agents, but as human beings. And so it's really just distinguishing myself from everybody else, and letting them know that I have something more to offer, better to offer, and it's just one-stop shop right here.
Love it. And you guys, so everybody's got a sort of a different 30,000 foot strategy, right? So Chad's going to look at it and say, hey, listen, I can do more than just sell your house. I'm a trusted source in several different areas. You've got Becca and Brandon who are saying, hey, listen, we care about the community. We're an integral part of the community. We're here to help market our clients, right? That's a really awesome strategy. You've got Michael, who's giving data. He's talking about data. One thing that they all have in common is that their personalities are coming through, and they developed this comfort level in front of the camera. I know this wasn't one of the questions that I had talked about, but can you share with us just a little bit about how you've become comfortable in front of the camera? Because I know there's a lot of people out there that are like, okay, number 1, I have a face for radio. Number 2, like, nobody's going to really care what I have to say. How am I going to come up with the right topics? Like, they've got all of these different excuses as to why they're not going to do video. If they were comfortable, everybody be doing video. We know it, right? I mean, it's been over and over and over. If you're not doing it, you're going out of business. If you're not doing it, you're becoming less relevant every single minute of every single day. How did you become comfortable? Becca.
I'm going to start just because I'm a female on this panel, and I think in general, females are probably more critical about themselves when they're looking at themselves in the mirror or taking the selfie or something. I have to be honest, I'm still learning. I'm still learning how to become comfortable. We mentioned earlier that, it's good to have Brandon and I together, because he'll be like, hey, you're doing great, but maybe you should just loosen up or try this, or, so I think he's been probably the best coach for me, because I can laugh at myself. I totally can laugh at myself, but he helps me just be like, it's fine. And also looking at those bloopers, once all the videos, we keep a collage of all the, the F-bombs or whatever, and we go back and we put them all together. And they're hysterical. Yeah, I'm sorry. they're hysterical. I mean, they really are. And so then you just kind of loosen, and you're like, it's not so bad. I mean, it's definitely a learning process, but I think the more you do it, the easier it is. And it just becomes like, this is who I am. And you do want to present your real self to the world. So that's what I have to say.
Love that.
And with video, when you're recording video, you can shoot 37 times and then pick your favorite. So if you do mess up, it's not that big of a deal. And to be honest, it's fun when we mess up, because when we start the next take, we're laughing. We've loosened up a little bit. We've taken the edge off of being so serious, and that allows our personalities to come out and for us to be ourselves in front of the camera.
Michael?
Practice.
Practice. I know.
But
but you know what, Michael? What's funny about it is that there are times, as much video as you have done, and I certainly have done a boatload of video, we still get nervous, don't we? Like, it never really goes away, does it?
I think once I put past the mindset that I didn't care what people thought of me, I just roll.
Oh, that.
And you don't worry about what people think of you, because anybody that's going to judge you wants to do it themselves, and they're not putting themselves out there. And then, you know, I always have another line: make your haters brag, brag that they know you. Yeah. And something else, guys, if you're on Instagram or Facebook, they have something, you may already be doing it, but storylines, that's a great way to start. If you're not familiar with that, message me, I'll show you what's up. And storylines are quick 15-second videos, or obviously you can extend them longer, where it's only on your timeline or, your storyline for 24 hours. But that's a good way, because you always want to be showing people what you're doing there. But the video, again, once I finally and then I try to, one tip too that was given to me is, if go out and buy I got a DJI Osmo Mobile 2. Now they have a Mobile 3. It's basically a gimbal, handheld drone. And I used to start my videos doing it portrait mode, so I could see myself. I was more comfortable seeing myself when I did a video. And now I do in landscape, where, the only trick there is you got to make sure you're looking at the camera. If not, you look cross-eyed, when you're looking in your, but that's what helped me, is I could see myself. And then I've adapted to where when the camera's on me, I don't have to see myself. Then I just tell myself, I'm talking to that camera as if that's a friend or a client of mine. And then I just let it roll and let the personality come out. But again, practice. And to touch on what you say, Becca, you guys are awesome, because our women agents, the videos they get most comments on or most views is when they just finish working out, or their hair is not perfect. Because I work with my sister and my mom. Like, I can't do a video right now because I don't have, no, that's your human. Like when you didn't have a haircut for 2 months and your roots were doing whatever, I was like, that's what you've got to shoot. And that's what people can relate to. Have fun. Like, no one's going to be like, oh my gosh, did you see Ida's roots today? And if they did, great.
Okay. Amen. Amen. They already know you, and they like you for who you are.
Yeah.
Hey, so just for the sake of time, I know that the next topic is really, really big, and Chad, I'm going to have you start us out here. It's about the process, right? So we know why we're doing it. We understand a little bit behind the strategy. We understand that we're all a little uncomfortable at times with doing video, and it's really just about you being you, because if you're an analytical in real life, you're probably going to come across as an analytical on video, and the people that want to hear the analytical are really going to like you. And the heck with all those others, right? So let's get into process. So details, we want to hear details about what you're using and when you're doing it and how are you scheduling it and how are you posting it and all of these things. Chad.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've got a couple different YouTube channels. One's directly related to real estate, and one's kind of a little side project that I cross promote. Being in construction prior to real estate, I use that to my advantage to help clients fix up their home or do some appraisal required repairs or whatever. And occasionally I'll throw a video into how to do some of those things. Anyway, so once the video is created, I use my iPhone. I have an iPhone 11. I typically hook it to a gimbal, and then the gimbal sits on top of a tripod. So it's easy to adjust. I have it with me all the time. It's easy to set up. Once that video is created, I was using iMovie for my editing, but I've recently moved to Final Cut Pro, which is really a seamless transition, but it's much more powerful than the iMovie, and there's a lot more options. Edit the movie, it's usually on my laptop, and then from there I have it's directly posted directly to Facebook, directly posted to YouTube. And then from YouTube, the great thing is after you have created it, it's very easy to share. So then I share it automatically from YouTube to my personal Facebook page, depending on the content, directly to LinkedIn, to Instagram, and to Twitter. It takes 5 seconds. It's very easy to promote all those on all those platforms directly from YouTube. It makes it very easy. Then from there, what do I do is I have my YouTube link to whatever it is I want to share to my CRM. So I'm driving everybody in my CRM back to YouTube to watch whatever it is I'm either promoting or trying to help out with my clients with.
That's your primary platform, right? So what you're saying is, hey, listen, I shoot the video, I edit. What was the software that you're using for editing again?
Final Cut Pro.
Final Cut Pro. So I'm using this, and then I'm putting it on these platforms, but it really lives on YouTube. You're driving everybody back to YouTube.
Exactly.
Love it. Okay. Wonderful.
YouTube is great because if you create these playlists, once that's over, it keeps people in there if they want to keep fishing for more stuff. But also YouTube makes it very easy to, if you've seen a drop down bar at the top, white bar, it does suggested videos for you as well. So if somebody's getting bored, well, here's another video that you might like, or
so it pops your face up in the future when they're looking at other videos.
Yeah, exactly. There's all sorts of ways that YouTube, and it's so easy. You don't need to be a YouTube pro to do it. It does it for you.
Great. Wonderful. Becca, Brandon, walk us through your process. Yeah, that's all right. Walk us through the process.
So we set up a halo light, typically on a tripod, to shoot our videos. We've actually played with microphones, and there's our halo. We play with microphones to increase the quality of sound. But once we have that, we upload it to our Dropbox, and then we have an admin, and she also uses Final Cut Pro to edit the videos. One of the greatest things about using that is she can splice and use transitions so that she's getting to the meat and potatoes of the video instead of the long other stuff. And then we also, when we shoot property tours, we use the gimbal stick, and she can edit those and speed them up. So we call it the MTV Cribs tour. And then once she gets that edited and finalized, we add our intro and our outro on there. And then she posts them straight to Facebook and then straight to YouTube. And then I believe she goes straight to LinkedIn with the videos. And then
So is there a reason that you're not putting them on YouTube first and then sharing the YouTube links on the social media platforms?
Yeah, actually we started doing that, and our views were terrible on Facebook with the link. When people are scrolling, they see the video, they don't want to tap onto it and go to a different screen in order to watch the video. They will stay and watch for those 3 seconds if it automatically starts playing as they're scrolling. So we learned that pretty early on, and we went from 50 views to 1,000 views just by posting straight to Facebook.
Just real quick, Brandon, Todd, with YouTube and Facebook, they're competitors, right? And if you're posting your YouTube directly from YouTube to Facebook, YouTube doesn't like that. Facebook does not like that. They don't want you to leave their site. So if they know it's YouTube, not many people are gonna see that video. And a lot of times you can't even boost it. So that's why when I create a video, I post the video directly to Facebook so that I can promote it if I want, or boost it or whatever. So
love it. So again, hopefully you all heard that. So if you're going to do a YouTube video, or you're going to post a video to YouTube, make sure it's a link to YouTube. Make sure it's the native file that's uploaded to Facebook, because the algorithm doesn't like it. You can't boost it. And they're not going to show you in the feed. They don't want you leaving the site, bottom line. So good information.
Can I say one more thing that we do?
Of course.
We post to Posner Schuette commercial Facebook page, and then we share it to our individual profiles from there. And the reason you do that is if you post it on a page, you can get insights, and it will track how many views, how many opens, how many likes, it'll give you the stats on all of the video across everywhere that it went if you do it from a page. where
That's
it will
awesome.
not do it from a profile.
That is really, really good info, y'all. So again, the original post is on your business page, because your business page gives you the ability to track and measure in a way that your personal page does not. Now, you said something there, Brandon, that I'd like all of you to talk a little bit about just quickly, and that is the idea of sharing on social media platforms, right? Especially, we're talking Facebook. How important is it to be sharing, and where do I share it? So I posted on my business page, and now what?
Real fast, let me talk about the process real fast, because I want everyone to take notes. I'm going to simplify it really quick. So
Love
what
this.
I do, shoot the video with my Osmo Mobile on my iPhone. Then I use either iMovie or InShot. InShot's an app that you can get. You can get it for free, but I would tell you guys, spend the $4.99 a month so you can get the watermark off the video. It just looks more professional. I'll do my editing, because everybody too, think about this, probably 95% of people watch video muted. So you want to make sure you have graphics, whether it's subtitles, notes about the property, what you're doing, have your logo on there, hashtags. Then I will then upload it to my Dropbox, because when I post from my Dropbox or from my laptop directly to my Facebook business, one, I've always thought the video quality looks better, but now I've killed two birds with one stone. I have the video now on my laptop to send out either through my BombBomb, my newsletter, then on my business page, then I share it to my personal, just what Brandon was saying, because you always want to drive people back to your business page. The people that say they don't want to mix business and pleasure, whatever. I want to tell them what I do. They're going to know what I do. Then I take that video, go to Instagram. You can use up to 30 hashtags on Instagram, so make sure you're doing it. Whether it's your nickname, like I always have Coach Turb, Turbot Group, Who You Work With Matters, Coldwell Banker HBW, Raleigh Real Estate, Just Listed, whatever it may be. And then on Instagram, though, remember, if you have a video over a minute, we've got to get you on IGTV. And that's where InShot helps, because you can format the videos accordingly. Then from there, I post to LinkedIn, then go to YouTube, done.
Nice.
And whether or not
Mic drop.
whether we boost or not, when I started doing
Writing out bullet points for us.
and then I would spend $5 boosting to a radius of 15 miles to get more traction through the stream.
Yeah. I think, just to the audience, I think the most important piece, hopefully what you're getting here, right, is that can you do it really simply? Absolutely. We all know that we can use this little thing and we can shoot a quick little video, and I can actually clip it in my Photos app, right? I can just clip the beginning and the end. I don't need an intro. I don't need an outro. I don't need to make it fast, slow, any of that stuff. I can do a really simple, so there is no excuse. If you are listening to this and you're thinking to yourself, oh, wait a minute, do not allow yourself to believe the lies you're telling yourselves, okay? This is super, super easy, and I can post it to every social media platform from my phone. For those of you who are all in on video content, you've heard some really great ideas here, great tools, great systems, great processes. But the one thing that you will hear from them, and we could ask them 14 times, they're going to tell you exactly the same thing. And the reason they can tell you step by step by step is because they have a written process. Hear me? They have a written process. They are not reinventing the wheel every single time they do a video. And that is the magic, baby. That is it right there, right? Michael, you had something you want to add?
Yeah, I was just about to say something and it just slipped my mind, believe it or not.
Just went. Well, that's, and by the way, that's why we have a written process.
Yeah, I was talking about video. Oh, if you really want to get crazy, put yourself out there. Go Facebook Live.
Oh,
have fun with it. Go Facebook Live as you're putting up those open house signs. Go Facebook Live when you're going to a listing appointment in your car. Go to Facebook Live while you're under a freaking house with a termite inspector. That's what people want to see. And again, could be scary because you're live, but chances are 4 people are watching you at that particular moment. But again, it's just another way to get yourself out there. Have fun with it.
I love that.
And Todd, one other thing that we were going towards is sharing. Once you post it, share it to all your groups. And if you're not a part of groups, go find a whole bunch of groups, real estate groups, city groups, county groups, hobby groups.
How about local moms groups? Y'all, 95% of the decision-making in the purchase of a home comes from one gender in the house, and it is not the male. So sharing these things is critical, but also Gen Blue, your referral networks, your real estate groups, like all of them are huge Listen, you guys, we could sit here for literally the day. We could be talking about, different things you can do from Facebook Live. We can talk about webinars and virtual open houses and all of those kinds of things. I would like to hit some of these questions if it's okay with you, and maybe that'll take us down some rabbit holes. So I've got Mary Sama Brown asking, can you show us an example of one of your videos? Could you, and Mary, by the way, Mary's in Telluride. Could you all share just real quickly one more time where they might be able to see some of your videos?
Yep.
Yeah. Hi, Mary. For Brandon and I, you can find us on our business page, which is Posner Schuette Commercial. That's on Facebook. And then we each have our own individual profile. Mine's Becca Posner, commercial broker. And Brandon, you can tell him, Brandon's is the same, Brandon Schuette, commercial broker in Grand Junction, Colorado. And if you just Google that, we should pop up, and we have all of our videos listed there, and we'll be posting, on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays.
Or if you go to YouTube and just type in Posner Schuette Commercial, you'll see a whole list of all of our videos.
There you go. Michael.
Facebook, what was the question? I apologize.
Wait, just where's the easiest place for Mary to see one of your videos?
Yeah. It's on the back of my business card here, guys. Let me show this on the screen. We got Michael Terbet for YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. But YouTube, what is important too is I have a playlist of videos, so that way you see like selling real estate with Terb, real estate education, listings, local businesses, spotlights. And here's something that also, guys, that we didn't touch on: video testimonials. So I have almost 45 video testimonials in my YouTube channel. So when I'm about to go meet with a client, I'll send them a link to my YouTube channel plus a separate link just to my video testimonials, because again, anybody can write something. It's cool to have that video of them. So, but make sure you have them in separate playlists depending on the category on your YouTube channel. It's very simple. And that way you can, I have my tips, I have my selling, educational, it's all right there.
Beautiful. Chad, easy place for them to catch one of your videos.
Yeah, I just sent her a link to my YouTube channel, Mary, so she can click on that and see everything. But I just want to reiterate what Michael just said, that it is really very important to separate those videos into playlists. And video testimony is going to be huge. It's going to be it's big now, but it's going to be really big here soon, much bigger.
And I think we're going to dive into that, because one of these questions is going to get us into that. So just really quickly though, this is Carrie Welch asking Becca and Brandon, did you guys pay someone to help you start getting into video, or did you just go, I'm going in?
Just jumped in with 2 feet. Now I have a videographer that is 21 years old. You can find someone that knows a lot about editing. And I started using him for content where maybe longer range, I'm walking, and the audio is so important. So make sure you have a good wireless mic, or a mic that's where I think that's the most important. If not, I went and bought a Rode mic like this that I made a contraption with my Osmo Mobile that helps with wind. I think that else is huge. But just jump right in. You don't need any money to do it. It's just consistency. Something's better than perfect.
Awesome. Brandon?
Yeah, we just jumped right in. I think when we decided to work together as a team, it was a perfect time to launch video as a big tool for us. We did a big announcement that we'd be working together. And from there, you see little things that you want to change. And if your sound quality is not good, you start researching microphones. And if the lighting's not good, you start looking at halos. And I think once you just get into it, it's just taking that first step. Once you start posting videos, you'll find out it's super easy, and you'll start.
Just get started, right? Just get started.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's right.
And I think, we're getting better, I would say, by the week. I think that we're just refining it as we go, and like figuring out things that work and don't work, and where we want to go from there. So I think just once you start, then it's just going to kind of manifest and grow from there.
Yeah, I think people think you have to be an expert to get started, and it's the opposite. You just have to get started to become the expert.
That's it. So here's a question from Annette Stoddard. She says, I market primarily distressed property owners. What would be the best content for these sellers? Quickly.
I think it brings up a great point. I think people react more to pain. I don't mean that negatively. But if you want to market to the distressed properties, you can obviously do a video or an ad to people that where you touch on, especially which we in our area we don't see as many distressed properties that we did back in 08 or during the recession from the financial crisis. But you can do videos. For example, a great video right now, guys, or topic is vacant or investor properties. Maybe they want to maximize their equity now, get out, and they, because you probably have had tenants either needing to move or unfortunately have had to.
So distress would be investor, great deals. It would be social proof, a great opportunity to have, hey, I helped these people through a tough situation. So every time. Okay.
So also,
I've got Shar Elliott says, where do you go for information to inform your video audience? Again, this is content. KCM, what is the best sources for compiling valuable information to share with your audience? And we've got many of these in here, so I'm just going to sort of group these together. Let's see who else asked that. So Nisha Hutchins asks, from a new agent perspective, what kind of content should I be using? Videos. So can you all share sort of your go-to, just your one go-to when you need to shoot a video and answering the question, what in the heck am I going to shoot this video about? Chad?
So we've all seen the agents, especially new agents. I'm not docking you guys, but I'm going to say something pretty painful is, they post these infographics on Facebook. There's no thought in this. There's no effort. And nobody really gives a hoot about that, right? But what I would say is take this. This is 10 things real estate agents do for buyers. Why don't you change it to 10 things I do as a real estate agent for my buyers? And it's a video. You just remember this information. You post it on a video. You have great, subtitles or whatever. You've got yourself a video you can post, and it's reusable. A lot of this information is good stuff, but you can reuse it too if you post it again 6 months down the road. And these infographics there's a slew of them. You can use them, rinse and repeat, and that's just a great place to start.
Can I add to that, Chad, real quick?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Mike. Yeah, so, and that infographic that you just showed, there was 10 icons, right? 10 things. So break it down into 10 videos, because you don't want a long video. You just want like a 15, 30 seconds, 45, a minute tops video to keep people's attention. So you just had 10 ideas right there, 10 videos.
Well, and here's a stat for YouTube. They tend to promote your YouTube promotes other YouTube videos, obviously, as suggestions. They like the longer videos as opposed to the shorter videos. So I'm really relating to YouTube at this point, but you can definitely break those down for like Facebook. You can chop your video up into 10 sections if you wanted, but YouTube really likes the longer videos because it keeps people up in their website longer.
Well, I would get, Greg, you took the words right out of my mouth. I would say you got 10 things, there's 10 videos right there. Or you could say, hey, this week I'm going to go over the 10 things to do when you're preparing to buy a home. And then each day you have something that you're doing. My lab, you guys are going to laugh. My shower in the mornings. What am I thinking about? What can I post? And we get articles all the time. So like I did my Monday market update with Terb yesterday, and I try to do that once a month. And the Register of Deeds here in Wake County sends out an email, and it goes over the percentage, the billions, and like, for example, one point, and this is another thing, is by doing the research, you know your stats. So when you're able to talk to a client, when you say stats, their ears perk up, because now that separates you as well. So you just don't put a sign in the ground. So like, for example, Wake County was up 35% from May, $1.2 billion changed hand in real estate, up $308 million from last month. Take those stats, put it on video. You see an article about curb appeal. Rather than post the article, do the video, but then share the link. Because again, now you're faced and you're providing content, and people are seeing you rather than, oh, there's just another article. but have different days. For example, Monday, my Monday market update, Tuesday tips with Terb, whiteboard Wednesday, because then you can also change things up, because some people love stats. I get more views when I do go over the market and what's been going on than say another video. I've also researched, I get more looks and views when I'm walking and filming outside than sitting down. If there's three things, and this is a great tidbit, you need a hook, a story, and an offer. People love stories, but you need a hook for them to watch that video, whether that's rolling on a carpet, riding a horse, wearing a cape, behind your sign, you're like, what the heck is he doing? Then you've got him, and then hopefully from there you tell the story, and then you give him the offer.
Yeah, so some tricks of the trade. These are things that I teach our agents and entrepreneurs. Obviously, you can hear the process here, right? But if you'll just keep yourself a list, just a little note. It can be old school, or it can be a Evernote, whatever. And every time one of your clients, buyer, seller, community, whatever, asks you a question, write it down, right? Because that's your content. Like, that's what it is. So when somebody says, "Hey, how's the market?" Bam, I know that. Hey, I'm thinking about selling my house, but you know what? How are showings being done? Boom, there's a video. You know, well, how do you market today versus, right? Boom, there's a video. You know, I'm thinking about getting my house ready for sale, but I don't really know. Should I be doing the kitchen remodel? Should I paint the front of the house? Like, what should I be doing? Boom, there's a video. The other thing is, when you think about your process, and Michael was just talking about it, right? He's got a Monday, a Tuesday, a Wednesday, a Thursday, and a Friday. That makes it really, really simple, because it activates your reticular activating system. So you're really focused and you're filtering the information correctly. If you have Mindset Monday as an example, everything you see is going to be about mindset. Oh, hey, there you go. People are afraid to list their house because of COVID. Hey, that might be a great opportunity for you to have a conversation with your social media, all right, your video audience, about the fear behind COVID or technology. Technology is a big topic today. We've got several questions in the chat box here about how to use technology. Well, Matterport, it may be how you do virtual open houses or that kind of stuff. Again, that's a video for your for YouTube and social media. And anyway, so on and so forth. The reality is, you're looking for content, and then you're shooting it, and then you're determining which of them are unicorns and which of them are donkeys. You will know, hey, you know what? I got more views from that video. That's the one you boost. That's the one you boost and get even more exposure. Brandon, you had something?
Yeah, so we're also using video as a technology. So when we're doing the listing presentation, we've shot video with examples and what we're doing different than other brokers that we can send to potential clients in order to get the listing or to get the client. So it's not just about posting across social media, it's about using video as a tool that we can edge our competition with.
Right.
That's what.
How often should we be posting, Chad? How often should we be doing this?
Well, here's my thing. If it's better to, if you have a choice to post something that's intentional and informative, as opposed to just posting something to post something intentional. And I would say I do it once a week at least, just to stay in front of my clients. But it's really, you can organize that however you like, but consistency is important, but so is intentional material. If you start posting stuff just to post stuff because you have this timeline, people are going to start putting out.
And obviously we're talking about, we take these videos and we're putting them on YouTube, and we're putting them on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn. And we've heard, I think it was Jeff Mays that was talking about making sure, number one, when you comment with 4 words. Number 2, don't comment to everything. Wait a few days and go back and then comment. It brings it back to the top of the feed. So there's some tricks of the trade that you can use to make one video last a much longer period of time. So maybe go back to the Jeff Mays video that's on cbdistinctive.com/webinars, and you can watch that. You guys, we're coming down to the end. We got less than 5 minutes here. Rapid fire, one, like, what's the one thing that you want, one best practice, one trick that we need to know from you? Michael, why don't we start with you?
Just do it. I mean,
Just do it.
Just do it. And then also when you're marketing, market the lifestyle, just not the house. You know, give that home its own identity. Does it have a great front yard? I did a video playing football with my dad in the front yard because I wanted to market the acreage. You're selling something with horses, you know, I rode a horse. You got new carpet, I smelled a car. Like, just create the lifestyle, and that will separate yourself. And Chad, you've made a great point too. When I talk about the Monday, Tuesday, usually I'm doing that once a week, like, but it gives me something for that week to provide, because you can't overpost. I think there's a fine line, but it's, as long as you're changing the content where people are always interested. If it's the same, people just will start tuning you out. So you got to be kind of cognizant of that, but you know, just do it, and something's better than perfect.
Love it. Chad?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is to be authentic and be yourself. People will figure it out if you're not. Can you imagine pretending to be something on video, and you go to meet somebody, you're totally different than what you're potentially being on video? They're going to figure it out, and there's some red flags are going to be raised, and you potentially could lose that client based off of trust.
Love it. Becca?
I have to piggyback off of what Chad and Michael said, because I think it is just, for one, just do it, and don't take yourself so seriously. Like, be that authentic person for your client and for the public, for your community, just so they get to know who you are and feel comfortable with you.
Love it. Brandon?
Bad thing about going last is everybody always takes your answers. But
I know, they just take everything, don't they?
I would say have fun with it. Becca and I have a blast shooting videos. We end up laughing so much because we messed up or come up with other ideas. Just, people love that personality. People love happy people. So if you have a good time with it, they'll have a good time watching it.
Love it. Authenticity, you hear it over and over and over. And like Chad said, you're not going to show up there and be a different person. That's going to be a real problem. You got some splaining to do. All right, so here's what I would love for you all to do. I'm getting all these say thank you and great content and et cetera, et cetera. If you're in the audience, do me a favor. I want you to connect with these folks on social media, go to their YouTube channel, post a comment, tell them thank you for taking time out of their busy day to share best practices, strategies, processes, the purpose behind why video content is so important to your business. Remember, if you are not doing video, you're not staying relevant. You're on your way out of business. It is literally that important. All right, so let me check real fast, make sure we don't have anything else. You guys, thank you so much. One last time, how do they get a hold of you, Chad?
Chad, yeah. Hey, Chad Lummus, first name, period, Lummus @gmail.com. That's the easiest way and quickest, so.
And do you guys, by the way, do you guys pay referral fees? Like, if somebody sent business to you all, would that be good? You'd be okay with that, right?
Oh, absolutely.
All day.
Bring it.
Just checking. All right, Becca, how do they get a hold of you?
Becca Posner at Posner Schuette Commercial on Facebook or any kind of social media platforms. And then my email is Becca, BECCA, @posner.properties. There's no .com, no .net. Phone number 970-424-2281.
Beautiful. And Brandon, and by the way, folks, I'm sure all of these folks would answer any of your questions if you had some. So please reach out to them. These are good people, and they're not getting paid for this. How about that? Brandon?
Best way, 970-270-0999. You can call or text. Or my email is brandon.schuette19@gmail.com, or Posner Schuette Commercial across all the social media platforms.
Beautiful. Michael?
Just go to Michael Terbet, spelled right there on the box, and Facebook, Instagram. You can Google, and I've already got a few messages, which is awesome. I love helping people. I was a coach before this, and my hashtag is Coach Terb because I help people buy and sell real estate. And so anything we can do to help you guys, I enjoy it. So don't hesitate to reach out to me.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. And of course, Todd P. Conklin on Instagram for me. Direct message me there. I'm, of course, on Facebook. Happy to help in any way. Again, to our panel, thank you, thank you, thank you. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Thanks, Todd.
Bye, thank you.
See you guys.
Thanks, everyone.
See you guys.
Later, man. Good job.
Great
Thank
job,
you
man.
guys. Bye, see ya. Hey, Michael, I have a question
Yeah.
for you. You live in Raleigh, is that right?
I do. Uh-huh.
I used to live in Asheville, North Carolina for
That's beautiful out there.
8 years.